Okay, Mr. and Madam Chair the panels. In this current situation, the government will not do some action for individual or organization who littering, even they free and throw garbage, even they throw garbage continuously. Not only that, now the individuals and organization feel free to throw garbage because now we live in a world who give the certainly the regulation about about recycle of garbage itself. So the definition in our motion, firstly about the criminalize itself. Criminalize here we ask the government want to take action for not just individual but organization too who do not recycle after throw the garbage. We ask the government want make and build some regulation about this. So the next about the individual itself, they are who throw garbage, meanings like they are littering at park, for example. So the organization itself, that is the organization like a company or school who just littering, who just throw garbage without recycle, they just throw after use the packaging itself. So our goals in this motion, firstly we want keep the environment so that the environment beautiful and sustainable. At least we want reduce the garbage. So the parameter we will limit this motion in Indonesia especially, that we will limit the garbage who will damage the environment itself. The problem identification today, first, many of society, especially the individual who ignore with their environment. Second, many of society don't realize about damage and impact if they just littering. And at the end, some of organization make a lot of garbage who will damage to their environment, even damage to nature like soil for the society itself. So we will focus in this debate with two things. Firstly, whether or not is it justified. Secondly, whether or not is it give better impact for our nature. So we will implement this motion with first socialization about how we can recycle the garbage. Second, we will help the individuals and organization to with the give the facility for recycle. And we will make some regulation to reach the individual and organization. Moving on my first argument. Why this motion is justified? Because basically, as we know, the government, of course, will arrange their environment, will arrange the country, how the country will keep safe, how the country will keep clear. But sometimes the government need help from the society itself. As we know, the society have characteristic like they will not stop their act if there is no act from the government. Here, the act like action to punish, they will have wrong acts. So because that, we as the government believe that we must clear this problem. Let's see the small example in some part. Some part in is Nsdc now have a lot of garbage, right? Because there is no act from the society itself. There is no release from the society itself. Even there is label who mention do not litter. But there are society who don't care about it, right? They won't still throw the garbage. Even the government has provided the facility a lot trash can for throw it, but they are still do many act as the government basically had provided the facilities from throw the garbage itself. But the next mechanism, we as the government want socialization. First, how we can recycle trash. Firstly, we will make a campaign about recycle. We will give the information about the recycle. Not only that, we will make a facility to recycle the trash. Also, that we will make our earth more safe without the trash. The trash we will recycle with useful the other things. Like make handkerchief after recycle, and that will make useful. We get the money too. For example, let's say the organization who trash the garbage, they will make the big problem, big harm such as damage the soil. So yes, the government will give the rules for the organization that must make trash can for recycle itself. Whereas the government will make some rules for individual, like they will give punish like criminalization if they keep throw the garbage itself. Even after the government has provided facility to recycle, the punish will big acts such as prison sentence. Why does the government give the big act like that? Because as the government has provided the facility, we has to give the solution. So after that, the individual, of course, will think again, will think the twice to littering, and they, of course, will at least they don't want pay the penalty for first punish, right? So for the organization itself, because that's the big group, the company will give more deterrence effect. It's like fun penalty for them, or if they still do not recycle, we ask the government will criminalize, will processing the individual of of that organization, or we dare criminalize the boss of that organization, because as we know, the boss have big act and big organizations have a responsibility to prohibit their member to do the rules of goals of the government. Maybe like for the next my next argument, what is the impact of this motion? So the good impact if we do this motion, the rabbis will reduce and more useful to next future, because as we know, the rabbis after a cycle will useful is like we recycle the plastic rabbis from during packaging, for example. So that can we make as government for show national, that's like a creative things we can give with money and profit that will damage to our economic, right? Because that will give some profit even that will trust will already use. So the second, that will increase careness of society about their environment. That's like the society will have more care about the environment, not only trust, but they will maybe like look at the other things such as illegal logging. They will reduce it and do the acts. So the third, we will protecting if we do this mission, the environment and society itself. If we recycle the rubbish, that will protect ourselves. It's like the earth will more clear and safe, and that's like maybe things like maybe an unimportant thing. But honestly, smell of trash will disturb us, right? Because basically, that will make we annoyed. So even if the opposition will say there are some people who will that will spend a lot of that there are some people who will think twice to recycle, because that will spend a lot of money. That is, we will spend a lot of fun. So, but we believe that is not true things, because as I mentioned before, we as the government has provided the facilities for the recycle itself. Not only that, the recycle not only give the the profit for the government, the profit will for the society itself, for the organization itself. Not only that, then such as the example, and I mentioned before in my second argument, that's like help the economy, because the trash after recycle can we make crafts for dry trash and compost for wet garbage. So the calculation there is about better score if we more pay attention for the recycle itself. Why I mentioned like before, why I mentioned like that, because we as the government won't give the big act like that, we won't give the big punish for the individual, for the organization, because we want we has the government has provide the facilities to the individual and to the organization. We has do the mechanism like socialization, like the campaign, and we as the government has to do like anything for save our earth, because that we as the government want to save our environment and make the society realize about how we can recycle the trash after the society of the society individuals of organization through the rubbish, because that I'm totally supposed to mention. Thank you.